Hello my friends, and let's start with the situation in the Kherson direction. In reality, the success of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in this direction comes at a very high cost. Don't think that it's easy to cross the river and secure positions and then endure artillery strikes and Russian counterattacks, which have been increasing lately. But the Ukrainian Armed Forces continue to be on the left bank, and according to the unconfirmed information from the Russians, they are successfully expanding their footholds.
In the Kherson direction, a difficult situation remains in Krynky, where the enemy managed to expand the existing bridgehead today. Assault groups of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Katran, managed to gain a foothold just south of the village in the forest. Now the fighters of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation are actively working on the landings occupied by them. It is almost certain that after the onset of cold weather and the hardening of the soil, the enemy will intensify the onslaught in this area.
In general, we are waiting to see how events will unfold. For now, in any case, the fact that the Russians are in a complete disarray in this direction plays only to the advantage of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Besides the ongoing shelling on the right bank by the Russians, the Ukrainian Armed Forces are also striking Russian positions. It's reported that in the Krynky area, artillery has destroyed Russian armored vehicles and assault groups. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, battles are taking place in the Robotyne area. The Russians show no signs of stopping, bringing in new reserves and advancing relentlessly. Additionally, shelling continues along the entire front line, and the Russians launch drones from the occupied Zaporizhzhia region towards Dnipro and Zaporizhzhia, trying to inflict as much damage as possible to Ukraine. In the Vuhledar direction, the occupiers have been advancing in the area of Staromaiorske practically without stopping for almost a week. However, they haven't managed to break through to the village, and the battles continue in the fields. Ukrainian Armed Forces are conducting counterattacks, attempting to push them back to positions they held previously. The shelling persists along the entire front line, but the situation for now remains unchanged. In the Avdiivka direction, the situation remains extremely challenging, and disturbing information arrived overnight. The occupiers succeeded in advancing 2 kilometers and 200 meters between Svatove and the coking plant through the fields. This is highly concerning, as the Russians are getting closer to the crucial village of Orlivka.
Це підерський голос?
Так. Підер.
Давайте мені автомат і уйобуйте, я сам.
Куди ми не можемо? З тої сторони давить, і з тієї сторони давить. Ми не... Він каже, давайте автомат, а самі уйобуйте нахуй.
Нет, так не будет, им некуда уебывать, короче. Надо будет тримать тут оборону, иначе у нас нема шансу. Вот это тут оборона.
Друг, це контроль БК, зараз дві коробочки будуть видвигатися, будуть видвигатися. І ми будемо намагатися закотитись прямо до тебе.
Через скільки буде таксі?
Тяжелая техника, такая как сюда едет, только по звуку.
До нас їде тяжела техніка прямо на траншею.
Техника прям по посадке почти.
А?
Десь тут рядышком техника.
Я чую. Юрка, я на нас відламає, як прийом.
Я его вижу.
А тешка у нас є, блядь?
У хлопців, там АТшка є, у хлопців.
А тешку давай сюди.
У хлопців.
Віктора?
Давай.
Дайте атешку, блядь.
Атешку!
АТшку! Лягай.
Танчик, ложись, блядь.
Бегай, блядь, сука, бегай, блядь!
Ми в оточенні, по нас їбашать танками.
As of today, judging by the new front line, there is only 1 kilometer and 800 meters left to the village. If they manage to break through to the village, the road to Avdiivka will be practically cut off. That is their main goal. Periodic offensive actions also continues towards Novobakhmutivka, where there is only 600 meters from the front line to the village. Attacks have resumed on Novokalinovo and the coking plant as well. Additionally, in the industrial zone, the Russians continue to advance to solidify their presence in the city, aiming to squeeze out Ukrainian forces from Avdiivka. The use of tunnels by the Russians has once again been confirmed. I believe everyone remembers how in the previous update I showed that the Russians advanced in the industrial zone, and video details of this operation emerged.
The enemy released a video of the assault on our positions, in which he approached them with the help of an underground tunnel location, Avdiivka Industrial Zone. The Katsaps first blew up a 500 kilograms charge, the place where their personnel would later leave the tunnel, and then conducted a coordinated operation to cover the rear of their attack aircraft and support FPV drones.
As evident, the Russians, now acting more like militants from the Gaza sector, are using tunnels, unfortunately leading to adverse consequences and territorial losses. The battles are tough, but the Ukrainian Armed Forces don't retreat easily and are doing everything possible to keep the front line as stable as can be. In the Bakhmut direction, the occupiers are again storming the positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of Klishchiivka and Andriivka. Shelling also continues along the entire front line. It appears that the occupiers have regrouped and resumed their attacks. In the areas of Kreminna and Siversk, there are still numerous shelling incidents, but no new attacks are reported. The occupiers have once again suffered a defeat and are currently in a defensive position. In the direction of Svatove, there are no changes, and as before, there is no offensive actions or shelling taking place. In the Kupiansk direction, there is a significant activity. Occupiers, in addition to heavy shelling, intensively storm the positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in Krynky. Battles are also taking place in the fields near Petropavlovka. Again, there are ongoing battles in the Ivanivka area. Despite no successes for the Russians in the last day, their situation remains challenging. It's evident that Russians are sparing no resources to capture Kupiansk, while the Ukrainian Armed Forces are doing everything to maintain defense. Meanwhile, in Dublin, a man with a knife attacked 4 pedestrians. The incident occurred in the city center near a school. A 30-year-old woman and 3 children were injured, with 1 girl sustained serious injuries. The assailant, a 50-year-old man, is a refugee from Algeria. Massive protests against the immigration policies of the authorities have erupted in Ireland, triggered by the news of the Algerian immigrant attacking children. Demonstrators with anti-immigrant slogans took to the streets of Dublin. The police detained the assailant, and his personal details are not disclosed. Authorities referred to the participants in the unrest as a group of crazy hooligans with ultraright ideology, as reported by the Irish Times. And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.